Hey guys, it's Delilah Cloud here. Welcome back to the channel. So today I kind of want to do a video of kind of like let's plan my island out with me. I've seen a couple of these videos and mine are not going to be anything like the others because I was just like, you know what? Let's just like plan something out for Oakland because I've never done a city core island ever. So this is going to be my first city core island, and I was like, I kind of need to have a plan and a base so once I'm able to get started, which will hopefully be like next week, we can. So the first thing that we need to decide are our villagers, and these are the villagers that I've kind of decided on, which I kind of decided on these villagers, number one, because I kind of like them, and number two, their houses. So I did look at a lot of the villagers just generally for their houses because obviously we're here for the aesthetic and we want a city core / town core vibe. I still haven't decided on that yet, but I'm kind of thinking Raymond because I feel like I always go for like the normal or nice villagers or like the sisterly villagers, and I was like, I need to have some drama on my island. It is getting way too boring, like way too boring. So I decided to have Raymond. His house works really well, and he's a suit man, he's a businessman. So I'm like, yes. And then the next villager I decided on, and which I currently have and I have successfully got to my island, is Kiki. 1 down, 9 to go. She's a normal villager. I didn't know she was a normal villager. I actually haven't really had a chance to play Animal Crossing. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So I haven't actually interacted with Kiki much, but I'm very excited to have her on my island because ever since I rejected her on Destiny because I really wanted Coco, like I was looking for Coco for such a long time, I never got her again, and I will never make that same mistake twice. So we successfully have her on my island, and I absolutely think she's beautiful, and she's everything that I need in a villager. I will say her house, like the orange vibes, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it also works. Because we are doing a fall kind of island, so I think it works. The next villager, and these are not in order, these are just like literally I went through and had a look at the type of villagers I wanted on my island. The next one I have is Bruce. So the reason why I'm a little bit like, with Bruce is his house is blue. And I don't know if it's a vibe for me yet. So Bruce potentially will go. So what I did this time around that I didn't do on my last island is I wanted to have a variety of like different personality traits. So Bruce is cranky and I don't have a cranky villager on my island, and I'm like, I need a cranky villager. So right now Bruce is going to stay, but that is subject to change potentially. Okay, and I really went lucky because this is going to be a fall island. I'm not sure that we're going to get it done throughout like the whole of fall, but this island is going to be a fall island, and I just feel like it's fitting, and I just really went lucky, and I had no idea he was a lazy villager, which makes sense. Like if you're full of like bandages, you're going to be lazy. Right, and then the next villager I have, and she's cute, is Pecan. She's a snooty villager, and I feel like we just need a mix of personalities this time around. Like, we need the drama, we need the tea on this island. Like, this is a city core, so I feel like in big cities there's a lot of different personalities, and so I feel like it'll be perfect. And I do love her house. It's neutral. So I will say her house is kind of like one of my favorites. I'm not keen on her eyeshadow. I just think it clashes, but I'm dealing with it, okay, guys? I'm dealing with it. I do love squirrels. She is a little cute animal. The next animal that I decided to go for was Blair. I actually got him as an amiibo card, and also when I do villager hunting, I will not be using amiibo cards because I generally like to suffer when I look for these villagers. I like to live stream, and I like to just suffer a little bit. The more that I suffer looking for like an animal, I feel like the more I like the game. I don't like to make anything too easy for myself. I just like the hard work. So I will not be using amiibo cards to get any of these villagers. We will be together villager hunting soon, and we're gonna suffer together. So make sure you're subscribed, get your coffee, you're gonna need your popcorn and your coffee because we're not stopping until we get these villagers this time around. I do like Blair's house as well. That is another one of my favorites. I feel like Pecan Blair, and Pearl are like some of my favorite houses. They're just neutral and I love that. Another villager that I have decided to add was Bunny. I saw her when I was going through like the list of villagers and I was like, she's so fall and her house is perfect for this island, so I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna keep her. So the other villager that I decided to go on was Pearl. I also have her amiibo card, and once I saw her, I was like, I need her. I need her in my life, and she's Snoopy, so, you know, I just feel like it fits the whole, like, city core kind of thing. Also, another villager here that is still subject to change is Jock. I'm not so sure that I'm going to keep Jock. Oh, also, another villager that I decided on was Poncho. I'm not sure I'm going to keep Poncho because his house is blue. I'm not a big vibe of the blue, but I decided since we had Bruce, we needed to add a little bit of blue. I'm not sure I'm going to keep these two. For now, they're still subject to change. If you guys have any ideas on the other two villagers, and it can't be a bird or a Donkey Kong or a rhino, I just can't, okay? Give me some ideas down in the comments. Something like fall. But if you have like any type of houses, there was a couple of villagers that I really wanted, but their houses were just like not city core for me enough. So I had to let that dream go and move on. So yeah, I would say Poncho and Bruce are subject to change, and we also didn't have a Jock villager, so I felt like I needed to. And I also chose Maple because I've wanted Maple for a long time, and I just feel like, I know our house isn't the most like city core, but I feel like we could put our house near the campsite, you know, because that's going to be a little foresty core. Like, we're going to have a little area of forest core. Guys, you guys know I'm a cottage core girl. Like, I'm going to have a little bit of my cottage core and my city core. It's fine. You gotta have a place for the campsite. Like, what else are you gonna do? Okay, so we're gonna go on to page 4. So I've been looking a lot at some pathing codes. I'm not sure I'm gonna use these, and I'm a little bit undecided because I've seen some houses with the like the lines, like the really roady roads, and I really like that for a city core island, but I also really want something that doesn't have that, like the pathing here in the second one. I really like that. I really feel like I want it, but I'm still very undecided, but I feel like I'm not sure. I feel like the first one's too dark. We're still very undecided on this. I do like the second one. I very much like the third one, but I want to be able to have circular. So I need to make sure I can do circular roads because that is some of the ideas that I do have. And also I really like this light path. I just feel like with the orange, it really just pops. So I'm also kind of thinking this code. I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick yet. I am between number 3 and number 4. But if you guys have any other like fall town core / city core pathing, please put them in the comments below. I will have a look, and it could be the one that I pick. I'm always open to suggestions. I have not made any set in stone things for this island yet. And I just want to have a page for like a visual design of what I want my island to look like. So I'm really loving like the circular with the houses around it. I've seen quite a few city core islands like that. I think Horrible Gaming has one, and she like created one, and I am absolutely in love. I'm absolutely in love with that, and I'm completely inspired, but I'm not sure exactly what I want to do because then I also really like a waterfall right in front of the museum maybe with that circular pathing. I'm still undecided, nothing's set in stone yet. I also really like the brick, so I'm also open to using like brick. I definitely love the brown colors, but I'm honestly thinking, and I've been thinking a lot about this, I'm thinking about like with the entrance of my village, I'm thinking about having a parking lot and then having like Nook's Cranny. Because what's better than like when you get out of the airport, you can go to the store, you know? Like, I'm thinking something like that, but I'm not sure yet. I will probably do a Let's Design where everything is on my island in another video. So if you're, like I said, if you're not subscribed, you should be because you're going to miss out. So yeah, those are kind of like the ideas. I really like this house right here. This one is kind of my favorite with like the little fence, and I like, you know, like just a little pathing going down this way, but I'm still, like I said, and I also want to have some like shops as well. Like this shop right here, I'm obsessed with it. I love like looking through Pinterest, however you say it, however you guys say it. I really love looking through there, and I just see like so many like homemade shops, like those shops with like pecan. I absolutely love that, and I do think I want at least one on my island. I need at least one on my island. And also we need to have like areas for my island. I feel like one thing I did struggle with Destiny is I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just started it. Like I just started it and went with it, and it's a great island and I love it, but I feel like I learned a lot from that island. We're still not done, and we're still doing speed builds. So you'll be like, well, you haven't done a speed build in a while. It's only because I was on vacation, then I bought a new Switch, then I came home and I decided to redo my whole gaming setup, which everything is chaos. Like I lived out of my suitcase kind of for like a month because I went home for a month. And then the minute I came back, I had work the next day, which I was so tired and jet lagged. And then I've worked every day since, except for I had one day off this week. So imagine tearing your bedroom apart, buying a ton of new furniture, and recreating your room. I'm still living out of a suitcase. It's absolutely wild. So I don't have my gaming studio fully set up yet because I have actually lost the back part of my monitor, so I can't wall mount it to the stand. So unfortunately I now have to wait for a new piece to come. Therefore things are not completely set up yet, but hopefully that will change by the end of the week. I hope. If not the end of the week, next week. But I will be starting to do more speed builds again because it's already like September. By the time this comes out, it's September, and I really wanted to have a good chunk done on my island. But I need to put a couple houses down on Oakland. So I need to go villager hunting, and I really want to do a live stream for villager hunting. And until I have everything together and put together, I just can't do that yet. So I haven't started the speed build for Oakland, but I will be doing some Happy Home Paradise. I will probably do some Happy Home Paradise on Destiny because I need to rebuild 27 homes in order to redecorate all the houses on my island. We also need to do the interior of my own home, and we also need to finish the beaches. There's also one part of my island that I did do a speed build on, which we haven't done. But so there's going to be plenty of speed builds coming soon. There's going to be plenty of like live streaming. I will probably do a lot of live streaming on Happy Home Paradise because I got 27 houses to do. But like I said, I don't leave my job until the end of September, and my resignation has not fully been accepted yet because my manager is away. So everything's still kind of up in the air. Also, so this time around, I'm going to be really organized. So once I get into this island, I know exactly where I want things, how I want them, and what things I want in them, which is why I'm trying to be really organized now so it doesn't take me as long when I get there. So I really want a pumpkin patch because, you know, it's fall. Even in the city, I swear they have pumpkin patches. I also really want like a festival area. I just think that that would be really cool, like a nice little festival area with lights. Maybe that's where I'll put the campsite and things like that. Like, you know, how people go to festivals and then they camp out. So it might be something like that that's a little bit more city core. I also really want a marketplace for vegetables, only because I feel like when you go to cities, like when I went to New York, there's always like stands and things with like vegetables and produce and things like that. So I think that would be really cool. I also need a cafe because we are addicted to coffee and we love our coffee. So we will be having a cafe at somewhere in the island outside. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. And I really want to have a park area. I feel like all cities have like parks. And it's something I've never really done on my island because it's always been like cottagecore. So we're going to try something different, and we're going to do park areas. Like I said, this is still open to change. So if you guys have any ideas on what you want to see on the city core island, don't be afraid to put in the comments and let me know. Give me some ideas and I can add it to this, and like as we go along we can do it. Okay, so trees and flowers on my island. I'm obviously gonna have the maple leaves because, you know, my island's just gonna sit in those 2 weeks for the rest of its life. I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. So that's why I put both, because I'm like, at some point my island's gonna be green and then some point it's gonna be orange. We'll probably upload it with the orange trees, like the maple leaves. We also want these trees for like just like the forest core, maybe where the festival is gonna be. I kind of have a vision, but not completely yet. I don't know if I want to do cosmos. I haven't decided. I think I want to do orange cosmos and hyacinths and then a white hyacinths, because I think those are like my 2 favorite flowers. So I'm thinking about doing those 2. And then I'm not really sure. We might add to this later on. We might not. I really just want to stick with orange, but I'm also like, oh, we could add some purple, because I haven't decided. We might add purple, we might not. I'm trying to keep it neutral, like a neutral city core. And then items. So I have a ton of items. I really want to do a lot of like the Halloween stuff. We're going to add that too, but I think we're going to keep it in the fall. I think we are. I'm not actually sure. I'm like 90% sure, but I feel like I won't finish my island in 2 months. And then, you know, fall is over. And then you want to do Christmas. But I haven't decided. I haven't fully decided, guys. But we're going to focus on it just staying in the fall for now. And then if we need to change it, we can change it later on. So I'm thinking all of these. I really like these lights, but we're not going to do green. We'll probably do black or white because we're neutral. This island is not going to be very colorful. It's going to be very neutral. I also kind of want a train on my island. I saw somebody do a train on their island. Like they downloaded the train tracks and then just like made like the train. And I really do feel like I want a train because cities have trains. So I would probably put a train in if I have enough room. That is something that I do want to do. I'm really thinking about using like a brick, this like brick color. I really just feel like I'm kind of vibing that color right now. So I'm going to start gathering things like this. I also love these like little, like this little fence with a pumpkin in it. I mean, I know everybody does, but I love that. And I also, one thing I did not find on here was the gray one with the metal in it. We're also going to use that one. I also love these little flower beds. Had to have those. We're obviously going to have some stands. I love these iron tables and chairs. We'll probably have some of those. We're obviously going to have lots of different color leaves. We're going to have cars. So I've never actually used the cars in Animal Crossing, but this is going to be our first like time that we're going to use it. So these are kind of like some of the items that I have. They're not going to be these exact colors, obviously. And hopefully we'll get it looking good at some point. And then I'm probably going to make a video on exactly where I want everyone and everything on my next video, potentially. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys are starting to get vision for fall, starting things on your island. I hope this is giving you a little bit of inspiration. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, I think that you should. And I will see you in the next one.